Deep in the golden grasslands under the burning sun lived a young lion named Kairo. His mane was still short, his body strong, but his voice carried a secret shame. He could not roar. Every dawn, the pride gathered on a tall rock. The older lions roared with thunder, their voices rolling across the savanna, a song of strength that made antelopes tremble and birds scatter from the trees. Their cries declared to the world, "We are kings. We are here." But when Kairo opened his mouth, only a broken growl escaped. Weak and uncertain, the cubs giggled. The lionesses looked away in pity. The older lions shook their heads. "A lion without a roar is no lion at all," one muttered. Their words burned inside him more than the sun ever could. Kairo tried, again and again. At sunrise, at sunset, in the quiet of night. He filled his chest with air, pushed with all his strength, but only silence or a faint rasp came. Doubt grew in him like a shadow. Perhaps the savanna was right. Perhaps he was not meant to be a king. Days became weeks. The other young lions grew taller, their manes thicker, their roars fierce and strong. They chased zebras, fought hyenas, claimed new territories. But Kairo stayed behind, his talons gripping the earth, his pride chained by silence. Still inside him, a dream burned. He longed to roar, not for glory, not for pride, but to declare that he was alive, that he was part of the endless song of the savanna. Yet every time he tried, fear whispered, "You will fail again. You are not enough." One night, while the stars glowed bright and the grass bent under the cool wind, an old lioness approached. Her fur was silver with age, her eyes deep with wisdom, and scars crisscrossed her body like stories carved by time. She had survived battles, storms, and loss. The pride called her Mother of the Plains. She sat beside Kairo and asked softly, "Why do you look at the horizon with such sorrow, young one?" He lowered his head and whispered, "I cannot roar. The savanna does not hear me. I am a lion only by name." The old lioness studied him, then spoke with a voice calm as the earth. "Do you think I was born with a roar like thunder? Number. When I was your age, my roar was softer than the wind. I too was mocked. I too doubted." Kairo's eyes widened. "But now, your roar shakes the ground." She nodded slowly. "Not because I was strong, but because I never stopped trying. A roar is not built in a day. It is carved by patience, sharpened by pain, and strengthened by faith. Your voice is inside you. Fear is only a stone blocking its path." Her words sank deep into Kairo's heart. That night he could not sleep. Her voice echoed within him. "Fear is not your enemy. It is your teacher." The next morning, the sun rose like fire across the plains. The pride gathered as usual. The lions lifted their heads, their roars splitting the sky. Kairo stood apart, trembling, his heart pounding. Fear whispered its old lies. "Stay silent. Hide. Do not fail again." But something inside him burned brighter. He thought of the old lioness, of her scars, of her truth. He thought of the life he wanted, not one of silence, but of strength, of belonging, of freedom. He dug his claws into the earth, lifted his head to the sky, and filled his lungs with air until his chest ached. At first, only a broken growl came. The cubs smirked. Doubt laughed inside his mind. But he tried again, louder this time, stronger. The sound cracked but carried farther. He tried once more. His throat burned, his body shook, but he refused to stop. And then at last it came, a roar, not perfect, not yet mighty, but real, raw, fierce, his own. The pride froze. The savanna grew still. The young lions stared. The lionesses raised their heads, and even the cubs went silent. His roar rolled across the grasslands like a promise. "I am here. I will rise." The old lioness watched from a distance, her eyes shining with pride. Kairo collapsed, panting but smiling. For the first time, he felt like a lion, not because his roar was the loudest, but because he had faced the voice of fear and answered. Days turned to weeks, and his roar grew stronger, steadier, deeper. The savanna echoed with his song. He no longer feared the silence, for he had broken it. And so, the lion who once doubted himself became a symbol of patience and courage, not because he never failed, but because he never gave up. Moral of the story: everyone carries a roar inside them, a dream, a gift, a voice waiting to be heard. Fear will whisper that you are not enough, that you will fail. But fear is not a wall, it is a test. The only way to find your true strength is to keep trying again and again until the roar within you breaks free. The world does not belong to the strongest or the loudest. It belongs to those who refuse to be silent.